Welcome to the Scene Planning Packet. This is an interactive PDF form which we created for director photographies and directors. You can use this PDF form with Adobe Acrobat Pro, and on the iPad and iPhone you can use it with the PDF Expert app, which you can download from the App Store. Now, what we're looking at here is the very first page of the Scene Planning Packet. It's just a title screen. When you actually open the PDF, it opens up to the third page, which just gets you into it. We did this because if you're doing a larger production, it really gets tedious looking at this first page over and over. So we just bypass it when you open it up. But it's there. If you zoom in here, you can see that we have navigation tabs built into this PDF form, so you can navigate to different areas of this form. I'm on page 2 now. This is the how-to section. We'll get into this just in a little bit. I think the important thing to understand is that the main app that you utilize this with is Acrobat Pro. There are some limitations when you're using Adobe Acrobat Reader, but you can still use it. It just doesn't allow you to import all of the different types of images, such as JPEG, TIFFs, and other types of files. Within the Adobe Reader, it allows you to only import PDFs, which is still doable, but it does have some limitations, so you'd have to convert everything to PDF before importing. When you first utilize this PDF form, we recommend that you save the original and save the file as your scene that you're working on. Typically, we abbreviate the production name and then do scene number for the PDF name. Now, when we first start, when you open it up, it starts on page 3, and this is what the basic form looks like when you get into the meat of it. So I'm going to zoom in here. The very first top part is, you can fill in production name. And then that fills there. This is scene number, so we'll just call it 01. And you can fill in production dates and DP, myself, director, you, producer, other people. So we have that filled out there. We also, if you'll notice, it has navigation, so you can navigate to the different pages, and every page has the navigation. From here we have scene. I put an additional scene, even though we have an overall scene, just in case it's the same location and you need to break it up a little bit. But typically it'll be on the same page. Page number. This is where the page on the script that you'll find the scenes. An order is typically filled out for the order of the shoot for the day, and then time, how many pages of the script is on the scene. And actors. And if you have a production where you have an actors list and you have the actors broken down into numbers, you can fill in the numbers, or if you just want to fill in the names here, put runner. Location, this is obviously the location. Again, if you have locations breakdown, you can put numbers or just type in the location. It's where you assign shot numbers. So if when you're creating the shot map, you can assign shot numbers to the specific shot. So we're going to just call this A1. I'm going to go back, put 1A. Lens, this is obviously lensing for the shot, so I'm just going to start with a 25mm. Woman, see you on woman's feet as she runs down the street. Okay, so you'll notice this is types in. These are all form fields. But the neat thing is that down here, when we get to the storyboard section, it's already filled in the scene, shot number, and then lensing for the specific shot. On the storyboard section, you'll notice we have a mood section and a Kelvin for the mood of the scene, as well, and for the shot, as well as the color temperature that you're planning on shooting with. Now, there's typically can be a mixture of Kelvin, but there's a base color temperature that you're going to be working with. Then here is where your storyboards. Now you can use Adobe Acrobat Pro or PDF Expert to actually just draw a storyboard in here, or if you want to draw on a separate piece of paper, scan in and then import, you can do that as well. So all you have to do is click in this area and we can import a file, and I'm just going to navigate here to storyboards. Now you'll notice that I'm in the Pro version, but it defaults to PDF. And then you have to select the type of file you want to import, and there's a variety that you can use. And so I'm just going to select this. Again, I'm on PC. This also works on Mac. And I'm just going to select this first one. And I use the Artemis app to take some storyboard pics and lensing, and so that imports directly into here. When you are on the iPad or iPhone app version, the PDF Expert, you can actually tap into your phone camera and actually take a photo, and it'll import directly into this. Alright, so this is a reset button, so if you wanted to clear it. Now this is a soft reset, so it's not a hard reset where it clears it, like deletes it. It actually just puts it into a side buffer. So if you want to bring it back, you click it again and it just brings it back. Just remember it's still there, but it's not visible. If you're wanting to replace it, I recommend that you just click in here and then import a new image. If you just need to clear it because you're no longer using the space, you can just clear it and then it gets rid of it. Alright, so we're going to move on here. And I'm just going to do the one. I'm going to zoom back out. So this is a line script section, so we can import your line script. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You can import a script that is just a basic clear non-marked script, and then you can actually do the line script within Acrobat Pro and do it there. Or you can scan in your line script that you did using pen and paper, or take a photo with your camera and then import it here as well. And all you have to do is click in this area and import it. And again, we have a soft reset which clears it. And you'll notice at the top the scene number that we filled out on the first page, or page 3, was automatically filled here, as well as production name. Alright, so the next section is your shot map section. Again, if you'll notice at the top here, all your info has been automatically filled in, and all you have to do is select here to add your shot maps. Now that's whether you draw it on paper, take a photo of it, import it, however you want to do it, you can do it that way. And it has a little note section. Again, scene blocking, same thing, import here just by clicking, and you have a note section. And as well as for lighting map. This allows you to import all those sections. So I'm going to just import a shot map real quick. Alright, so there's my shot maps. I'm going to go to the next page, scene blocking, import that, and then I have a lighting map. I can import that. So now I have 3 different forms filled out in succession here. Alright, and the next page is the mood mapping. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this a little better. You'll notice that it auto-populated this form here for shot 1A, and it allows you to map a Kelvin and a mood for this particular shot. And down here we have a key for the color temp as well as the mood. So these you can reference these in order to map your section. Alright, so let's say if we're going to be outdoors and we want to use daylight, it allows to have this mood map here, or this is for Kelvin, and then your mood map down here. So Let's reference the key. So let's say orange for jovial. She's happy running. Okay, so we have this little bar graph here. It allows you to track your mood and Kelvin and see the reference as you create things. So as you start filling all these out, you'll be able to track how this scene maps out mood-wise as well as your Kelvin, so that you can see how the mood of your scene flows, because your scene could have a mood change within it, and then how your lighting can complement that or not complement that. And it's a reference. It's not always the golden rule, but it just helps. It's a tool to help you track it. And you'll notice everything is already filled out here. And we're going to go to the next page. And this is just a blank page. Now this is where it gets kind of really interesting. I created this strip board section because when I'm on set, I want to make sure that I have all these things readily available. And I didn't want to reference my production binder all the time. And so what I did is created these strip boards where it has 3 sections on each strip, on each page, and you'll want to make sure you print this dual-sided, so each for all the strip board section. This will allow you to have both sides take advantage of the strip boards when you print. And so on this first one we have the shot list and then the shot maps, and you'll notice production name, scene numbers all filled out. And then you'll notice the storyboard has already been filled out here, and on the next page you'll notice this is the back side of this area here. And so when you print it out, you're going to laminate the sheet and then you'll cut along these edges, and then I typically will use like a metal ring and then hole punch it, and then it'll allow you to have everything on a laminated piece of paper on a ring that I can stick in my pocket, and it's waterproof, and I can have it for reference throughout the day's shoot. And I'll do this for each scene that I have for my production. And you'll notice that on the storyboard we have Kelvin and mood, and my lensing, scene number, everything I need, the shot number, my storyboard, shot list, shot maps, and then I have an overview section of all the storyboards, and then I'll have a larger view so I can reference it. And then I also put on the end this mood map, and I did that for the reason so that I wanted to have the option to be able to stick all my mood map strip boards in a room on a wall to see the mood of my entire scene, and then in the larger picture to be able to see the mood for my entire production and how it can complement lighting and things like that. So that is the 12-shot scene planning packet. We also have a 24-shot, and then also the 6-shot version is free for you to download. It's the trial version, so you can see how this functions. And I hope that you will enjoy it, and we just thank you for taking a look at our scene planning packet, and I hope you purchase it. Thank you.